Okay, we'll be going live here shortly. Check, set up overlay, over breaks. Okay, we'll be going live here. Okay, we're live. All right, welcome to Jerry's Movie Review, aka Glenn. That's just a pen name that I call. And this round, what I want to talk about are my top three rom-coms. All right, and I'll start with number three and then move on up. And the way I like critiquing, or at least getting a good feel for a video and how I will want to watch it if I'm have no idea about it. These I've already watched, of course, so that's why they're my top threes. But I call it the Fabiola rule. Okay, and it's a co-worker from several years back that she suggested watching movies based on what either IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes would show. And when I say that, these different ratings that you have on IMDb can be, let me think, try to remember offhand. Let's see. I gotta check something real quick here. Stream settings, views, etc. Okay, yeah, we're good. Okay. The main takeaway that I got from what she was mentioning was if you go to IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes, if it has a rating of 70% or 7 out of 10 for IMDb or more, it's one to go and watch. You still have to kind of play it by ear, but she would use that rule before she'd see it at the theaters. All right, and later on during the COVID lockdowns and whatnot, a lot of folks would get online and start listening or streaming movies and whatnot. And what I found was a cool thing was taking advantage of these ratings that other people. So I would go back to some older movies over the years that have come out and just get a good feel. And that Fabiola rule has been a game changer for yours truly. So with that, let's go talk about the top three rom-coms and keep that Fabiola rule in mind. 70% or more on Rotten Tomatoes, 7 out of 10 or more out of IMDb. Okay, so let's start out with right here. Number three, Jerry Maguire. All right, this one, it's about Tom Cruise, Renee Zellweger, and both of them are sports agents or working for the sports agency. And the relationship starts out as him being a basically very motivated businessman, etc. And then later on, he starts his own company and becomes his first employee is Renee Zellweger, who he steals from the company he got let go from. Right. So pretty interesting. Why is it a rom-com? Well, because they do, I'm going to spoil it for you, they do get back together. And just talking about the ratings and the Fabiola effect or Fabiola rule, 7.3, if you can see my cursor here, 7.3 out of 10. So that is the first indication of, hey, let's put this one in our back pocket and take a look at it. Now let's go to Jerry Maguire Rotten Tomatoes, and this one's coming in at 84% and 79%. All right, and what's the difference between these two? Let's go and zoom in a little bit for you right here. This 84% versus 79. So 84 is the reviewers, the popcorn meter, 79%. That one I really pay a close attention to, because a lot of times the critics will get it kind of off, or they're not really in tune with the audience that is watching it. So I kind of lean more toward Rotten Tomatoes popcorn meter. And in this case, you can see there's 250,000 ratings. All right. One other thing about it is I kind of keep this as a rule of thumb with the when let's say you're doing an interview with a company you're trying to hire onto, and I kind of use the Jerry Maguire as a setting for it because one, it's not about the or help me help you per Jerry and Cuba Gooding Jr. Talking about him hiring on as his agent, and then maybe at some point the company will show you the money, and hey, maybe if you do your interview well, maybe you had them at hello. All right, so there's a couple of 3Z thingsies out of that set of movies, or from this movie that I took away from. So yeah, it's my number 3 rom-com, and it is also one that I like as a rule of thumb or example for doing job interviews. And then from the Fabiola rule, you can see 7.3 on IMDb, right there, 7.3, and 84, as well as 79% on the Rotten Tomatoes. So this one's giving a thumbs up, baby. You need to go watch this one if you get the opportunity. Okay, so next one up is, I think they call it more like a Christmassy movie. It is one that's been out since 2003, and I'm just going to call it out before I go to it. Its IMDb rating comes in at 7.5, so it fits the Fabiola rule. And on IMDb, although the critics are calling it at 65%, that popcorn meter on Rotten Tomatoes has it at the 72%. So it's kind of bumped it up. So that's what I was telling you, how there's a little bit of difference between the critics, the reviews from these reviewers and whatnot versus the popcorn meter. And I think a lot of folks have seen this, but if you have not seen this movie, okay, Love Actually, it's got different couples dealing with things in their lives, several scenes and whatnot, some good, some kind of bummer like and whatnot. But bottom line, it comes together and really brings the movie, this feel good rom-com movie, just comes together here, and it's set during Christmas time frame. So yeah, you'll I think that's why they show it every Christmas now. Yeah. Anyhow, that is number 2 on the list, and again, it's meeting the Fabiola rule, and is a good call out when I say the difference between the tomato meter, which is the reviewers, versus the popcorn meter, which is the audience. All right, let's see what else I got in the mix here. All right, just checking a few things here on the stream settings. I want to just make sure that I've got things working correctly. Yeah, I do. Okay. All right, so let's move on to number 1. Okay. And number 1, it comes in, let's see, on IMDb at 7.7. So it's bumping up there. And then on Rotten Tomato, the reviewers are at 90% on the tomato meter, and the ratings, the audience has it at 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. So the reviewers and the audience are pretty much in sync here when it comes to my number 1, Jerry's movie review, aka Glenn, top movies or top rom-coms. Number 1 is gonna be, let me reveal it for you, Shall We Dance? And I'm not talking about the remake. I'm talking about the one that came in 1996. It has Japanese, it's in Japanese and has subtitles for you to get through. And it is so much different than the remake that was done with Richard Gere and J-Lo. This is done from some pretty famous actors in Japan. And in the case of the female lead, she's actually a Japanese ballet dancer, and I believe they end up getting married after the movie. So, here's this rom-com where they met in a movie and then in real life, they are together. It is, and she is one beautiful lady. I'm telling you right now, if you are a romantic at heart, yours truly definitely fell in love with this movie, and it is my number one. Okay, and the key thing to keep away or to take away from this is it's about a Japanese businessman. He's an accountant, and he's just going through life. He's going through the day to day, just commute, as well as the work schedule, as well as any business things he has to do. And he's just kind of living his life, just kind of going through the motions. And somehow he gets into this ballroom dancing competition, ballroom dancing. And it takes him away. It makes him, feel much better than his day to day boring life. And in the end, it turned out pretty good. I mean, I'm telling you right now, if you haven't seen this movie, I'm not talking about the remake that had Richard Gere, Jennifer Lopez. I'm talking about the original from 1996. 1996. Shall We Dance? Or in the Japanese setting or Japanese title, Shall We Dansu? All right. So, very, very great cast. Everything just came together. Number one on Jerry's movie review list of rom-com. So do check it out. And so just a real recap again. Number 3, Jerry Maguire. Okay. Number 3, Jerry Maguire. Number 2, Love Actually. Number 1, Shall We Dance, the Japanese version, 1996 when it came out. Taking into account the Fabiola rule, 70% or greater on Rotten Tomatoes, or 7 or greater out of IMDb. Each one of these follow that rule. 7.3 Love Actually, or let's see, 7.3 for Jerry Maguire, 7.5 for Love Actually, and 7.7 for Shall We Dance. Shifting over to the the Rotten Tomatoes, 84 and 79% on the tomato meter versus the popcorn meter for Jerry Maguire. Love Actually, 65% and 72%. That 72%, I believe, carries more weight when it comes to these reviews and trying to decide if you really want to go for it. And then here's one that locked in the case of Shall We Dance, 90% and 89%, pretty much in sync. All right. Okay, so do take a look at these movies, and in the comments, certainly just point it out, call it out, and let me know how it came out for you. All right, all for now.